Hey guys, our decline average picker, so it is probably about time we do a challenge lock. And we got an awesome package in from Bill Bacardi. And look what we got here. We've got BearsBack number 5. And so I figured what a better place to start picking one out of there than with a BearsBack lock. So let's see what we can get here. Oh, 3 is immediately kind of wanting to go. 2. We are using bottom of keyway tensioning just because it's setting up for the video. The top of keyway tensioner seem to be getting in the way a little bit and blocking access to pin 1. Do a little reset there. We're in a tiny bit of a false, and pin 1 seems to want to give us a little more on a really high lift. Okay, so we've got a little false going on here. And the back of the lock is feeling like I could have an overset in there. Oh, we got a little bit of a click off of, I think we're on 2. And then I kind of lost it. Lost the lift on him. So it felt like he might have a little bit further to go. Okay. There we go. It was the first one, was just hanging on by a little bit of a thread. So we do have a key, and this is interesting. So, oh, there's our bidding. Yeah, that explains pin 1, doesn't it? Yeah, so it's got them all sealed up in a package. I kind of hate to break the seal, so let's just see if we can do it this way. You may notice my foiled by, let me adjust the cam here. My foiled by sign is gone. We had a bit of a catastrophe. Oh great, that's a standard. Cats went running and knocked it over, so we've got 5 cats. 2 of them don't get along, so we have to keep them separated. So every so often though, they find each other and it just turns into a running mess. And one of them ran up here and decided to go right through the foiled wall. A piece of cardboard. Let's not make it into something more than it's not. Okay, this screwdriver is just a tad too big. For that lock. Okay, there we go. Get that all twisted. Hopefully this one's gonna fit, or I'll have to go to the back room to grab the other one. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. So, 5 is, well, I guess that makes sense with the key. I'll say 5 is a little more of a lip than I felt like I ever made on it. Okay, so we've got a standard. 5 has a little bit of a top spool element to it. A little serration on 4. Double serration on 2. And 1 is a standard. I'm surprised. I would have stuck a little serration on 2, just or on 1, just because it is such a high lift, just in case someone goes over the top. And let's see what we've got here. So we've got some undercutting. Yeah, got a little bit of an undercut on 5. And 2 and 3 Got some serrations in there. I must have been off a little bit. I was getting some sticking around there, but I thought the sticking was occurring around 3 and 4. That's where I was expecting to find serrations. But it must have been a pin off in some of that. So let's see what we've got going on upstairs. Oh, that guy jumped out. Oh yeah, so we've got a crazy multi-tiered wedding cake on one. And on 2, we've got another one. Wow. BearsBack, man. That's some really neat pinning. Serrated on 3. Really kind of wide serrated on 4. Oh, that guy jumped out. And another one of the, oh no, yeah, I think he's that way. And another big serration guy on 5. Anything going on up top? Yeah, we very likely could, because he's got those. Oh, I just launched the pin. There it is. There's our 1. Let's see. Nothing there. Don't see anything on 2, but 2 feels pretty good. We may go ahead and we may pull these springs off camera. Let's see what. Not feeling anything in there though, so I don't think there's any work going on upstairs. Anyway, let's get the camera flipped around and take a look at these, should we? Shall we? Okay, so I still have some challenge lock build pins up here that I was doing the other night, so we're just going to put the average picker popsicle stick across that, not to cause any confusion. So let's see what we've got here. We'll start with 5. So we've got just a standard in 5. Like I said though, 5 did not feel like that big of a lift. I mean, we can see on the key that it is. But yeah, in the actual picking, I just wasn't feeling that. I got it straight on 4, and that makes sense. If we look at how deep 4 is, you really want to try to grab an overset off of him, especially in trying to get back to 5. Now, it couldn't be in the back of the lock. I can be a little heavy-handed, so I may have made that lift and just not really noticed it, because I was just being my normal heavy-handed self on the back of the lock. And we got a big, kind of wider double serration on 2, and 1 is just a standard. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's check out these guys. This is the number 1 driver. Look at that. BearsBack, man, that is pretty awesome. Man, Lock Lover, unfortunately I don't think is picking much these days. He kind of turned me on to this design. And I really like them, but I don't think I've ever gotten one that clean. And this guy, what is, oh, we might have a pin and pin here. Yep, we got a little pin and pin there going on. And the way because he's hanging out there, we almost get that wedding cake feel off of him. But we actually, it's just a tiny little serrated sheath for the pin and pin. Wow. BearsBack. I think I got a little, looking at these pins, I think I got a little lucky on that pick. Got a multiple serrated guy. Now I was getting some sticking around 2 and 4. And remember, our serrations are on, I'm sorry, around 3 and 4. I was getting some sticking, it felt like. And our serrations are on 2 and 3, so maybe that's where my sticking was occurring. It could be these really nicely cut serrated guys were sticking a little bit to those cuts. But, we want them to do that, but they may have been actually sticking a little bit in my favor. Look at this guy. Just really nice deep serrations in there. Very, very cool. Man, I love that. Pin and pins always kind of fascinate me. That's a really nicely done pin and pin, especially with that little serration on the sheath. But I really like these kind of wedding cake pins. And man, that is a clean one, dude. Really nice work on that. So there we go. There's another look at our bidding. That's the BearsBack number 5. I should probably have taken the key out and tested to just make sure it was packaged correctly. But yeah, so there we go. So thanks, Bill, for sending this great package. We'll see some more locks coming out of it hopefully today. Got to take the dog out for a run first. And BearsBack, man, that's just some awesome work in there, man. So thanks for pinning that guy up. All right, guys, you have a good one.